everyone, my name is Norman, welcome to another video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. But anyway, in this video we're going to look at my NHL Play-in Round All-Star teams. I'm going to make 2 teams, 5 players per team. I've got a few honorable mentions that I want to mention before we actually go into the teams. But please remember, this is an opinion piece. It is my opinion on who the All-Stars would be if we made 2 All-Star teams of 5 players. It's fine to disagree with it. You've got your own picks, I've got my picks. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the honourable mentions, let's start with the goalies. I've got Freddie Anderson and Cam Talbot. Obviously, we've got guys like James Reimer and we've got guys like Elvis who played excellent games, but they only played 1 game or 1 game and a half, and I don't consider this enough to make an all-star team. Freddie Anderson looked very good, however, he let in 1 or 2 goals that perhaps he should have saved. Cam Talbot looked excellent for Calgary, however, he wasn't playing against Laine, he wasn't playing against Shafee, he wasn't playing against Appleton, and I think that perhaps takes just a little bit away from his performance. Although you can't begrudge him anything, he was excellent. On the defense, I've got 3 or 4 honorable mentions, but there could be many more. Obviously, I've got Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who was instrumental in the series win over Nashville. I've got Ryan Bullock, I've got Jeff Petrie, and Ryan Anderson. On the forward line, I've got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Mike Hoffman, Leon Draisaitl, obviously, Dominic Kubalik. Kind of, not really, because he got 6 points, however, 5 of them were in 1 game. He did perform very well over the series, but he didn't get any points basically after the first. I've also got Sean Monahan and Cam Atkinson. Cam Atkinson is perhaps a little unfortunate to miss out on the team, but I'll explain myself later on. So for the teams, I don't have a first team, I don't have a second team, I don't have an A team or a B team. I just had 8 skaters and 2 goalies, and I just put them in the teams. There's no first or second. So the first goalie I'm going with is Carey Price, a save percentage of .947 against a fully fit Pittsburgh Penguins team, with a defense that perhaps is not as strong as you would like it to be. However, he faced 133 shots, saved all of them except 7. Do I need to explain myself? I don't think so. In defense, we've got Quinn Hughes. Yes, Vancouver conceded a lot. He played 24 minutes per game. However, he had 6 points, a plus-minus of +2. But please also remember, he is a rookie, he's 20 years old, and without him, there is no way Vancouver makes the playoffs. On the other side of defense, I have Olli Maatta from the Chicago Blackhawks. He had 9 blocks, 10 hits in 4 games, 4 points, 0 of those points came on the power play. On aggregate, he barely even played 15 minutes against guys like McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Yamamoto, and I think this was an excellent series for Olli Maatta. On the left wing, I have Anthony Beauvillier. He played 4 games, 17 minutes per game, 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points. 2 of those goals were game-winning goals, but he looked very good. And like Pageau and like Barzal, he was definitely instrumental to the New York Islanders reaching the playoffs against the Florida Panthers. My first center is Sebastian Aho, and who else could it be but him? 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in 3 games, sweeping the New York Rangers in the process. 2.67 points per game, 5 even strength points, 1 short-handed goal in just over 18 minutes with only 10 shots. Do I need to explain myself any further? On the right wing, we have his teammate Andrei Svechnikov, and if you think Andrei Svechnikov's been in the league for so long and he just looks like a seasoned veteran, please remember he was born in March of 2000. He's barely even 20 years old and he already looks like the real deal. Again, 3 games, he swept the Rangers, he played 16 minutes per game, 3 goals, 2 assists, +5 on only 8 shots. He was one of the most promising young players in the NHL. He plays hard without fear. He plays with his instincts, and it's just beautiful to see, and I think he deserved his place in the All-Star team. Now we go on to the second team, and the second team, the goalkeepers were hard to choose. It was between Darcy Kemper or Korpisalo, both of them Vezina-level goalkeeping. Darcy Kemper didn't have a good game in Game 2 against Nashville. Korpisalo didn't have a good game in the game where he let in 3 goals and got replaced by Elvis against Toronto. Korpisalo saved 109 of the 114 shots he faced. Darcy Kemper saved 152 of the 163 he faced. Korpisalo has a save percentage and the goal against average in his advantage, but again he faced 49 less shots. I'm tempted to go with Korpisalo, but it's really a toss-up between these two, so I'm just going to go with both of them, but make your pick. Whomever you want in goal, Korpisalo or Kemper, let me know in the comments down below. Now, obviously, we couldn't have an all-star team without defensemen from the Carolina Hurricanes in the playing round. The first defenseman is Sami Vatanen. 3 games, swept the Rangers, 19 minutes per game. You have to remember, he was playing without Dougie Hamilton. Yes, he had Jacob Slaving to rely on, but still, no Dougie Hamilton is a huge blow to the Carolina Hurricanes. He only had 3 assists and a +1 in these 3 games, but his defensive work against guys like Panarin and Zibanejad was phenomenal. He looked solid, he never looked in doubt, and he definitely deserves this place. On the other side of defense, it's his teammate Jacob Slavin. For Slavin, it's the exact same story as Sami Vatanen. He, again, swept the Rangers, contained Panarin and Zibanejad. He had 2 blocks, 2 points, but he was a leader at the back. He shut New York down. He scored very early, obviously, in the first game, and just led the way for Carolina to just walk their way to the playoffs. Now, on the left wing, I had to adjust myself a little. I'm not going to select a national left winger. I'm going with Connor McDavid. Obviously, Connor McDavid, the most amount of points of any player in this play-in series. 4 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists, 4 even strength goals, 5 power play goals, 5 goals on 11 shots. That's a shooting percentage of 45.5%. Nearly half of his shots went in. I think this inclusion just speaks for itself. On center, we have Jonathan Toews. On the other side of Edmonton was obviously Chicago. He just looked to be in the perfect place at the perfect time. He obviously also was there for Ethan Bear, inadvertently putting the puck in his own net. Toews just made it look easy, but he also made it easier for his teammates to get the puck and to produce. On the right wing here, we have Clayton Keller, but I can't understand the argument for Ken Atkinson. However, Clayton Keller only had 1 less point, he had 1 less game, he played 4 minutes less per game. He plays against Roman Josi and Ryan Ellis. Keller had a shooting percentage of 25, Atkinson of 15.4. But again, it's my opinion, it's completely fine to disagree. There is often more than just one pick that is right for any place in this position. I can understand Cam Atkinson. I can understand if you want to go with Cam Talbot over perhaps Carey Price or even over Darcy Kemper. That's perfectly fine. However, it's my video, it's my opinion. Please let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you in a video very soon.